Watch the video all the way to completion and you could be the next inheritor of One for All. Who knows, maybe you'll get all for one at the same time. Hey, what is up guys? This is Lemon Nation coming to you again with another video. And now we're gonna review My Hero Academia chapter 284. Please subscribe to the channel to check out all my work. Now guys, let's get into the chapter. This chapter started off practically where the previous chapter actually ended. We see Deku floating in the air along with all of the other heroes, and he's also holding Shigaraki with Black Whip. Now when he holds Shigaraki with Black Whip like that, we see Shigaraki coming towards him with his hand stretched out while Deku's actually pulling him towards him, and he drops all of the other heroes on the ground. And he's saying that he has to definitely defeat Shigaraki right here and right now. He cannot allow him to hurt anyone else, and he won't allow it either. Shigaraki then says to him that if he likes the air so much, he's gonna send him to heaven after he takes the One for All quirk from him. And then he's gonna go and kill all the whole geezers on the ground. Deku then says he's not going to allow him to hurt anyone else. So guys, this chapter is mainly a flashback chapter. We see where Deku, Afro Deku, actually was training with his classmates. He called Sero, he called Uraraka, and Froppy was also there. But he was training with Bakugo most of the times. He was using Black Whip in order to capture Bakugo. We know that Bakugo knows about the secret of One for All and All for One, All Might and everything. So what he was doing with his classmates, Uraraka for example, Uraraka was teaching him how to actually float in the air. All Might knows that he's going to unlock the auto float quirk from NANA SHIMURA, but even though he knows that he's going to unlock that quirk from her, he cannot allow Uraraka to know the secrets of One for All. He can't allow anyone really to know them just yet. Bakugo even pointed out that they're going to eventually figure out the secrets of Deku and know the nature of his quirk. And Almight says that it was good that he actually revealed some of it as he showed them the other quirks while he was training, because he doesn't want him to unlock it explosively in battle. Because if he unlocks it explosively in battle, then he would have been in a lot of trouble. All Might made notes, detailed notes about all of the uses of One for All, most of them at least, but notably he scribed out all of the information on the fourth user, and he is definitely hiding something. Bakugo was noticing that All Might had removed the notes from the book about the fourth user, and he was asking All Might, when you remove all the notes on the fourth user? It was like you had detailed notes on the fifth, sixth, seventh user and everything, and eighth user you didn't put in anything about the fourth user. You didn't leave in anything about it. And the other users as well, they had scribed, signed their names as well, and it was like All Might just got rid of everything about the fourth user. Could it be that One for All's true nature isn't like necessarily something that would be good for the body? Could it harm Deku's body later on? We know about the quirk singularity theory. Is it that All Might is hiding? Maybe you will already know definitely about the quirk singularity and know that everyone would know too. Or maybe the fourth user wasn't necessarily a good person. Maybe the successor before the fourth user, the third user, didn't choose someone who was on the side of the good guys. Maybe he chose just some random person who was tough enough to actually defend One for All until someone else would come along who could inherit it. Maybe he wasn't necessarily a hero type, but he wouldn't want to see the evil side win either, and that is why the side of good still has One for All there fighting for them. Who to tell? Maybe One for All manifested something in the fourth user, because it was like he was calling the middle or the chain. Maybe that's when they realized something dark about One for All. Maybe it's not all light in and of itself. maybe the disastrous side effects started, because we know that Deku now is unlocking all of the previous quirks. What if the fourth user has some side effects? Like how Deku's having the side effects right now, All Might didn't actually get to use the different quirks of the quirk that he inherited from Nana Shimura and everything, but he could actually do a lot with it, and use it in a different way. This fourth user, he's surrounded by mystery. He doesn't know like the nature. We don't know the nature of his quirk that he possibly had. You understand? We don't know the nature of his quirk. We don't know what type of person he was. We don't know what his motives were. What if he was just someone who was, maybe call it, not necessarily a vigilante, but someone who didn't want to see the evil side win, but we could actually see him actually working with the side of good until someone else could inherit it. Like, we don't know. But what if he was actually an evil person as well? But he didn't want All for One to actually inherit the quirk. He wanted control, he wanted the power, he wanted everything for himself. And then eventually at the end of his life, he necessarily needed to pass it on to someone and realize that maybe it would be better in the hands of someone who could use it for good. Maybe the person that was there and inheriting it from him, maybe he wasn't necessarily the best choice for someone evil to pass it on to someone good, but maybe he was the only one there and he didn't want All for One to win, so he passed it on to him as a way to burn, to hurt All for One. Maybe that was the case. Now, this chapter ended off with Deku delivering a massive punch to Shigaraki, because he knew he had to stop Shigaraki then and there, so he concentrated all of his power and knocked Shigaraki right in the stomach. He noticed that Shigaraki was healing, but Shigaraki was healing much, much slower than he was regenerating, and he's noticing that he's taking damage. Deku said that he has destroyed his left arm 2 times already with one for us 100%. Even though Shigaraki is withstanding it, he's taking damage and he's healing much slower. So Deku slams a full power smash right into Shigaraki, and let's see where the next chapter actually picks up. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel definitely, guys. Stay tuned for more videos, and thank you so much. Continue watching all my videos all the way to the end. You'll get a massive surprise. You'll get a definite massive surprise if you watch the video all the way to completion. We're gonna